Hi, I'm Jonas Rapp. In this XrmToolBox tutorial, I will show you how to manage your connections, so you don't risk of losing them when you reset your installation or move to another PC. You can also create project-specific connection files that you check in with the rest of your source code for each project. So welcome to Managing Connections in XrmToolBox. If you have been using XrmToolBox for a while, your list of connections probably looks something like this, or worse. As you can see at the top of this window, all connections are placed in the same default connection file. We want to change this to place related connections in separate files. So I start with selecting a few connections related to demos. When the connections are selected, I click the button Move Selected Connections to a new file. I type the name of the new connection file. And then I select where to store it. In this case, I use my OneDrive, so I know I will always access it no matter which PC I'm on. I create a new folder, XTB Connections, you can call it whatever you want, and click OK. So now I have my demos file containing connections for my demo environments. I go back to the connections in the default file. I find the ones related to Northwind, one of my customers, and then I add those to a new connection file called Northwind. As this connection file is related to a specific customer or project, I might as well save it where I have my local repository for that project instead of on the OneDrive folder. That way, these connections will be available to all the team members working on the same project. So let's speed things up a bit as I do the same thing for production environments and lab environments. Now that the default connection file is empty, I will remove it from the Connections Manager so I don't accidentally add new connections there. To demonstrate the advantages of managing your connections properly, I will delete all connection information from XrmToolBox. This is what will happen if you install XrmToolBox on a new PC, or perhaps if you have to reset your installation due to upgrade problems. So I just delete the connections folder entirely, and then restart XrmToolBox. As expected, I now only have a default connection file with no connections. But I can easily add the connections I stored in my OneDrive. I will add the demos connections, the Northwind connections, and the lab connections. On this PC I don't work with production environments. Now I realized that one of the lab environments is often used for demos, so I can easily select that one and move it to the demos connection file. Checking the demos connections shows that it has been moved there. And just like before, I make sure to remove the default connection files. With that, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and may your connections never be lost again.